How's it going, you guys? So I've been running in the Asics EvoRide for about a week now, so I wanted to give you some comparisons and my first impressions. So the upper is very well made and is nicely padded. It actually is almost the exact same as the upper in the GT2000 V8, which includes having the same tongue, the ankle collar padding, and the same mesh material. And this isn't a bad thing because I really liked the upper on the GT2000 V8. So as far as the midsole, I'd say it has the same stack height as your typical everyday trainer. In fact, the heel stack height is pretty much the exact same as that in the Asics GT2000, and then it does have a little thicker forefoot because it has a lower heel to toe drop. So unlike Asics GlideRide, which has that same rocker technology, but a thicker midsole and a plate in it, the EvoRide has a flight foam propel midsole. Like I said, a pretty regular stack height. It also has that same rocker geometry, and I found this rocker geometry to be actually very similar to that found in the first two generations of the Zoomfly and Vaporfly, where right underneath your metatarsals it really rocks you forward. I found it to be a more aggressive rocker than on something like the Clifton. As far as the outsole coverage, it actually has quite a bit of rubber on it and some decent lugs on it as well, which is something very nice to see on a decently lightweight kind of up-tempo shoe. So I know I've made a couple comparisons to another Asics shoe and Nike shoe, but another shoe that this does remind me of is the Hoka Tracer, the original, mainly in that midsole where it's still got cushion but not overly cushioned. It has a nice rocker, it's a little firmer. You can use it as an everyday trainer, but it also really excels at those up-tempo paces. Alright, so that's a quick rundown of the shoe. Now let's get into my initial thoughts. The upper was supportive yet comfortable. It wasn't anything crazy. It's definitely more of an everyday trainer oriented upper than a racer type upper. In a day and age where midsoles keep getting thicker and thicker, it's actually nice to have a shoe with a normal stack height. It still had a good amount of cushion, but was also very responsive. Though I did feel like the GT2000 was more plush, this guy definitely had that quicker feel to it with that extra pop off the toe. So I'm not expected to be concerned about the durability of this outsole. It looks pretty beefy and a lot of coverage, which is definitely a plus, especially with some high cushion racers nowadays. They're expecting to get like less than 200 miles out of them, so Asics, lots of rubber, good to go. This should also be nice if you're doing some runs on grass or some dirt roads, just get a little extra traction. So right off the bat, an initial thought to the shoe is it's really hard to go slow in it. Plus you get the amenities of an everyday trainer, like a comfortable upper, nice outsole coverage, but you get that rocker and really speedy, lightweight feel to it. One thing that did concern me just a little bit was after my first run or two in these shoes, my Achilles was a little sore. I am not sure if that's just because I'm not in a very intensive training cycle right now, so picking up the speed a little might have put a little strain on it, or the rocker, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's the shoe, but I'll let you guys know in the full review. Speaking of full reviews, I've been comparing the shoe a lot to the Asics GT2000 V8, and that is because I am almost done with my full review of that shoe, and spoiler, I'm a fan. So subscribe so you don't miss that, and as always, keep on running.